What is going on, guys? Predator458 here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be taking my first look at the American battleships, at least my first look for the channel. As you can see, up to Tier 8 and the North Carolina already. But so far, I'll talk about my thoughts on the ships once we are in game, but we're going to take out the Tier 6 New Mexico fully upgraded. We are using the gunfire control modification 1, which gives us a 16% boost to our range, and then I've just put the damage control system modification 2 on. I haven't done these two. I was a little bit broke after buying all these new ships. But anyways, let's take a very quick look at the ship. We have 12 356mm main guns in 4 turrets, so you got triple turrets, which is quite nice. Survivability, 53,200 hit points. Yeah, not too bad. Not the best. Fuso has more, but then you do have better armor. Maneuverability, maximum speed, 21 knots. Shit. It's a theme for American battleships. And then the other theme is, of course, a very good turning circle and rudder shift time for something of this size. Also, surface detectability range is only 14.2 kilometers, so these things, something I hadn't actually realized until I noticed this just the other day. If you don't fire and planes don't get within 11.3 kilometers of you, you can actually stay undetected for a lot longer than a Japanese battleship can. But anyways, we've been having a shit night so far. I think so far I've played 4 or 5 battles, mostly in this. I also did one in the Pensacola, and we have lost every single one. My victory percent used to be, I think it was even over 55%, it was like 56% or so, and over the since this new flipping patch has come out, that's dropped. I don't know what the hell they're doing with this matchmaker. But anyways, that is enough for this nearly 3-minute long intro. Let's hit the battle button, and we will see if hitting that record button now means I have a team that's actually worth a damn. But let me hit that button, and I'll see you when we found a game. Alright, and welcome to the battle. It's on hotspots. I'm sick of this map now. With the exception of the first game I played in the New Mexico this evening, every single match has been on hotspots, and most of them have been encounter battles like this with a single capture point. I think we've had 1 domination, and as I said, we have lost every single battle. So, hopefully, this one goes better. Now that Fuso looks like he's going to be heading straight towards the cap circle. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns fairly soon. We're going to head up away from the cap circle. It's normally, and there we go, and of course it's the enemy Amagi. But yeah, a lot of times, battleships that spawn in at the area where he did, they head straight in, and my hope is we can go in through these islands and sort of delay them a little bit. But they've got a Fuso and an Amagi who are probably trying to do the same thing. And there they've got a Mayoko. We can see everyone's starting to exchange fire. So we're going to bring our guns to bear on this Mayoko. So he's pretty much going straight. So we'll fire our shots individually, and we'll see how we do on those. So, oh, those were nothing. Oh wow, we got a citadel. Nice. 10,500 points. Plus a single other hit, so in total we did about 13,000. What do I think about American battleships? To be honest, so far, I don't really enjoy them. I'm not sure if it's just the Battleship playstyle that is baked into my, has become my playstyle for Battleships now. It's obviously been heavily influenced by the Japanese and sort of staying at longer ranges and that sort of thing. But I mean, and obviously these American ones are more for getting up close and brawling, which is all well and good, except you don't even have the speed to catch anything and close the distance if they don't want you to. And the enemy team is already capturing, they're nearly, that's about a third of the way? But I mean, if the enemy captain doesn't want you to close the distance, and he's fired his full broadside, we'll return the favor. We've both got 12 guns. We'll see, I think those looked a little bit behind. And we got 3 hits for 6, nearly 6.5, so I can live with it. But I mean, if the enemy captain doesn't want you to close the distance, doesn't matter what battleship he's in, with the exception of like the, the first two, Kawachi, Myogi, South Carolina, Wyoming. I think those speeds are fairly similar. I think Myogi might be a bit faster, but Tier 5, New York versus Congo. I mean, the Congo can do 30 knots. So you've got these guns that have shit ranges. I mean, we're talking, a lot of cruisers without, if you don't put that fire control perk on, and we've already lost our Amagi and our Baltimore. How the hell did that happen? But I mean, if you don't put that fire control mod on, upgrade, cruisers can outrange you. So, or at least you can't fire at them until they can fire at you. And with the, this new patch, American battleships are brawlers, get up close and personal. But then, they say they got the armor to deal with it. But it doesn't matter anymore because cruisers can just spam you with high explosive. Your armor doesn't matter. They'll set you on fire. They'll keep setting you on fire, and you'll burn out. I've done it to cruisers. I mean, I've been in cruisers and done it to battleships. So I haven't really. We'll fire individually, fire all our turrets at that guy. But I haven't really enjoyed my time with the American battleships. On top of it, I'm struggling to figure out how to make these guns work effectively. Like I can hop into a Japanese battleship and max range, as long as, the guy doesn't maneuver, get decent hits on him. I'm unlikely to get a Citadel, but I can hit him. And with the American ones, I don't know. I mean, sometimes it seems like they foster muzzle velocity, so you don't have to lead as much, which might be, my undoing. But it's just, I am getting better. I've now started getting better. And I mean, hell, the first game I had in this ship tonight, I really wish I had recorded. I got 4 kills. A destroyer was one of them, a battleship. North Carolina was another. And neither of us were on full health, but I did a hell of a lot of damage to them, and I ended up doing, that match, I think I did 120,000 damage. 4 ships destroyed, and we still lost. But at least that time we had a good team. We were not the better team, but we still had a good team. It was only sort of in the towards the very end that our left flank disintegrated, and they broke through and capped. And we got 3 hits there for 6,000. But I mean, every other game it's been ridiculous. I mean, teams that cruisers and haven't gone anywhere near the cap circle, so destroyers have just been duking it out, and my team's destroyers always seem to lose. And then they're capping and all this shit. So did he take a torpedo there? I think so. But my opinion on the American battleships has largely changed at Tier 8. Wow, 3 hits, 8,000 damage we got our kill. Brilliant. At Tier 8, I think American battleships, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me when I say this, but at Tier 8 American battleships get good. You know, the North Carolina 9 16-inch guns, they're basically the same guns that, you know, the Iowa and the Montana have. You finally got a good range stock. You know, it's 20 point something, like 20.3 kilometers or something. With the fire control system, that becomes, you know, 22 kilometers, and then you can put this fire control modification on and increase that further by 16%. So you could even outrange most Japanese battleships in that thing. On top of that, it finally has a good speed. I mean, that is the one thing that is driving me insane with these bloody ships. Yes, they're very maneuverable, which is great. You can dodge out of, you know, out of the way of incoming shells. And you see here we got a North Carolina, so we're gonna try and help out and see if we can get him. He's being engaged by. Let's look actually. I think he turned in a bit, but we're gonna help out our Fuso, and our cruiser just got wrecked. And it's 5v5 right now. Oh, sorry, 5 losses on each team. And we are in the point, and so are they, so neither of us are capping. But he looks like he's going to take a couple of torpedoes, so that's going to help out our cause. But I mean, your whole playstyle depends on being able to close the gap, and if they don't want you to, you can't. And we got nearly 7,000 damage there on 3 hits, which is good. And you've also almost got to be like, I've had battles where I can count how many full salvos I've fired. So, you know, I'm talking a full broadside, but even if I did it individually, 1 hit for 1,000, so he's down to 1,700 health. But I've had matches where I can count how many full broadsides I've been able to fire. I don't even need one hand, you know, full hand, because I've gone one way, the enemy team's gone another way, and are we going to get him here? There we go, 2 kills, nice. Enemy battleship sunk. And you're so slow, you can't get back into a different position. You know, you pick which way you're going to go, and if you don't pick right, oh, how very nice, he said thanks, and wow, he was on very, very low health. But I mean, if you pick wrong, you're screwed. You can't actually get, you know, back into range. And I've had matches end, as I said before, I've been able to fire 5 full broadsides where I've done less than 10,000 damage, and not because my aim was bad. I mean, it very often is, but it's been because I've just had no one to shoot at, because I can't get anyone in range, and it all ends too quickly. So my experiences haven't been that great with these things. I'm starting to get a better feel now, and I quite enjoy the New Mexico. The guns seem to have quite good grouping on their you know, when you fire, got decently tight grouping most of the time. And now there's 3 battleships versus 4 battleships on the enemy team, a destroyer and an aircraft carrier. So I mean, what is this going to be? 5th loss in a row in this thing? I don't know why. All of a sudden, the matchmaker is like, you know, on a constant mission to put me on the crappy idiot losing team. And I don't mind losing. Like this match, okay, hasn't been too bad. You know, we've both done damage to each other. It's lasted 4,500 damage on that salvo, not bad. It could have been aimed a little bit lower, maybe. But a lot of the other matches I've had before this have just been so shocking that the team, that they just completely ignore the cap point. And I mean, you could say right to me right now, well, I haven't gone anywhere near it, but you know, I was trying to hold down the battleships in the sort of northwestern sector of the map, I guess you could say. And like other maps, when I've wanted to do it, I'm not going to go in by myself. I don't care what I'm in. I can be in the biggest, baddest battleship ever. But if I go in by myself, I'm going to get wrecked. And the teams, they all are pissing off in other directions, and it's just been incredibly frustrating. So this is going to be another loss. We probably won't survive. I don't have the speed to get away. I could try maneuvering, but we're getting so close that it doesn't really matter a whole lot. And he's got a nice angle on me, making it a bit difficult to hit him, but we did 7,500 damage there. I'm just trying to keep all my guns on target to try and deal the most amount of damage possible. I mean, we still have the other Fuso, and took some big damage there. But I mean, the North Carolina, it really changes. I haven't played too many battles in that ship, but the very first full broadside I fired of that, it was, and our Fuso's gone. That's just me now. Very first broadside I fired was at an enemy North Carolina, and I hit him for 35,000 damage. And I just knew right then that this was now, you've got a good top speed, not the fastest, but you've got sort of above average battleship speed. You've got good armor, good range on your guns. So I will probably be bringing a video of that fairly soon. And 2 hits for no damage, so we obviously didn't penetrate his armor. Here comes his, he's sort of went all over the place. And we might be able to survive, actually. Took 10,000 damage there, we've got 11,000 left, but the match is very nearly over. Trying to go for his front citadel. We did 13,000 damage there. Oh, got torpedoes coming in. We are so very nearly dead. Oh, but thank God the match has ended. That was close, but we managed to survive, which at least is my goal in something that we lose. But anyways, let's have a look at the results. Right, so another defeat, 5th defeat in a row on this map, in this ship, and I'm really starting to get sick and tired of it. But anyways, I suppose it does happen, what can you do? So let's have a quick look at how we did. 1 citadel hit, not great, but whatever. 44 target hits, shot down 1 plane, critically damaged a vessel once, and destroyed 2 enemy ships, for a total of 220,057 silver, 1,590 research, and 79 free research. Wow, even though we were the last person alive, came 3rd. Let me just look at that. I mean, almost everyone on their team had over 1,000, but anyway, whatever. So 45 hits, not bad, as I said, 35 penetrations for 86,861 damage. So, what can you do? Sometimes the matchmaker is not kind, and this has been one of those moments, and it's really starting to get on my nerves a little bit. But anyways, hopefully things will go better soon. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below, and maybe consider subscribing for more World of Warships content, including a video I will be doing fairly soon on the North Carolina. But otherwise, I think that is about it for today's video. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.